Next, we dive into a story that's rippling across South Asia and beyond. It's about deadlocked peace talks between Pakistan and Afghanistan's Taliban. What started as a glimmer of hope after deadly border clashes has fizzled into finger-pointing and fresh threats. Both sides say that they will resume negotiations at Istanbul in Turkiye on 6 November. For now, they have agreed to extend the ceasefire, but Pakistan maintains that the ceasefire is neither open-ended nor unconditional. So what does this breakdown of trust mean for the two neighbours? Let me break it down for you so that you have a better understanding of the issues at hand. In October, tensions exploded along the 2,600-kilometre-long frontier separating Afghanistan and Pakistan, called the Durand line, which, by the way, Afghanistan does not recognize. The violence erupted following explosions in Kabul on 9th October, which the Taliban authorities blamed on Pakistan. Pakistan claimed that the airstrikes deep inside Afghanistan targeted the hideouts of the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan extremist group in both Kabul and Kandahar. The Taliban fired back, attacking Pakistani posts. Dozens died on both sides. It was the worst violence since the Taliban seized Kabul in 2021. The United Nations mission in Afghanistan told French news agency AFP that at least 50 Afghan civilians had been killed and 447 injured. For its part, Pakistan's military said that 23 of its personnel had been killed and 29 others wounded, without detailing civilian casualties. On 19th October, the Taliban and Pakistan agreed to a pause in fighting following talks hosted by Qatar in Doha. In the last week of October, Turkiye hosted the second round of talks in Istanbul, again with Qatar's help. The talks were aimed at securing a long-term truce between Afghanistan and Pakistan because unchecked violence could spark a full-blown war, dragging in the US, China, and even India. So these were high-stakes, closed-door huddles. Pakistan sent its Defence Minister Khwaja Asif, Information Minister Ataullah Tarar, and Major General Shahab Aslam from the Pakistani spy agency ISI's Special Operations Wing. The Taliban delegation was led by Defence Minister Mullah Muhammad Yaqub. Talks were held over a number of days, but deadlock persisted. Pakistan blamed the Taliban for dodging commitments. Kabul pointed fingers right back. It was reported that direct interaction between the two delegations remained limited throughout, with most communications handled through mediators. Even during meal breaks, the two sides barely spoke. Discussions got tense fast. In a heated exchange, the Pakistani general admitted that Pakistan could not stop drone attacks inside Afghanistan because of a secret pact with the US. Now, for the Taliban, the presence of US drones in Pakistan is an irritant. Taliban retorted that the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan was Pakistan's own internal matter. Now, formed in 2007, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, also known by its acronym TTP, is a loose alliance of extremists, mostly Pashtuns from Pakistan, who want to topple the government in Islamabad and impose a strict Sharia or Islamic law. Now, Pakistan uses the term Fitna al-Khawarij to describe the TTP militants. According to a notification issued by Pakistan's Interior Ministry in July 2024, the TTP has hurt Islam and therefore such elements are to be referred to as Fitna al-Khawarij. Now, Pakistan says that the Taliban gives the TTP safe havens, training camps and even ideological cover. A quick word about the Pashtuns before we move on. The Pashtuns are an ethnic group living in Afghanistan and Pakistan, they share a common cultural identity. Now, they are the largest ethnic group in Afghanistan and the second largest in Pakistan. The Durand line, which is the de facto border between Afghanistan and Pakistan, divides the Pashtun population between the two countries, and that has been a source of friction ever since. And therefore, the concept of a unified Pashtunistan has been a recurring theme in regional politics. Talking of the border, it's been closed now for weeks on end. News of the deadlock talks was met with despair. A vehicle spare parts trader in Pakistani border town of Chaman told French news agency AFP that the closure was very concerning for businesses. The Pakistani delegation reacted with fury to the failure of the talks. Pakistan's Defence Minister Khwaja Asif threatened to obliterate the Taliban in a dramatic escalation of rhetoric. Minister Asif said on X, and I quote, "Pakistan does not require to employ even a fraction of its full arsenal to completely obliterate the Taliban regime and push them back to the caves for hiding," unquote. Pakistan's Information Minister Ataullah Tarar said truce negotiations have concluded for now in Istanbul without a workable solution because apparently the Afghan side kept deviating from the core issue on which the dialogue process was initiated. He accused the Taliban negotiators of engaging in deflection and playing a blame game. For its part, the Afghan side said that it had no control over the Pakistani Taliban. Abdul Mateen Khani, a spokesperson for Afghanistan's Interior Ministry, told Afghan media outlet Ariana News that any Pakistani provocation would be met with a response that will serve as a lesson for Pakistan and a message for others. What has equally upset Pakistan was Taliban's announcement of a dam on the Kunar River. Just days before the talks began, Taliban's supreme leader Maulvi Hibatullah Akhundzada green-lighted the plan, aiming to restrict flow of water to Pakistan after deadly clashes along the Durand line. Taliban Deputy Information Minister Mohajir Farahi shared the information on X. Now, this echoed India's decision to put the Indus Waters Treaty with Pakistan in abeyance as a retaliation for the 22nd April terror attack at Pahalgam in India. Now, building a dam on the Kuna River would mean reduced flow of water, which could cause drought in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Punjab provinces of Pakistan. The Kuna River is a tributary of the Kabul River. The 480-kilometer-long Kuna River originates in the Hindu Kush Mountains near the Brog Hill Pass close to Pakistan. It then flows south into Afghanistan, running through the Kunar and Nangarhar provinces before emptying into the Kabul River. In Pakistan, this river is known as the Chitral. The Kabul River, into which Kunar merges, forms the most significant transboundary water system between the two nations. It feeds into the Indus River near Attock, serving as a crucial source of water for irrigation and agriculture in Pakistan's northwestern provinces. Taliban's Foreign Minister Maulavi Amir Khan Muttaqi, who visited India in October, appreciated India's development support over the years. A joint statement issued towards the end of Muttaqi's visit said that both sides underscore the importance of sustainable water management.
We had the Foreign Minister of Afghanistan. He visited India recently. As part of the visit, we had issued a joint statement between both countries. This particular joint statement clearly emphasizes that India stands ready to support all efforts of Afghanistan that are directed towards sustainable management of water resources, including hydroelectric projects. You also would know that between the two countries, there has been a long history of cooperation on water matters. The Salma Dam, for example, is a perfect example of this cooperation, which is today called India-Afghanistan Friendship Dam.
Now, the Indian diplomat did not stop there. He rubbed it in by saying this.
Pakistan is infuriated with Afghanistan exercising sovereignty over its own territories. Pakistan seems to think that it has the right to practice cross-border terrorism with impunity. Its neighbours find it unacceptable. India remains fully committed to the sovereignty, territorial integrity and independence of Afghanistan.
According to latest reports, Pakistan and Taliban are likely to resume talks in Istanbul at Turkiye's request. A statement issued by Turkey said that Pakistan has agreed to continue a conditional ceasefire with the Taliban. Also, that both sides will resume talks in Istanbul on 6th November. And we'll keep you posted on the outcome of those talks.